Hello everyone and welcome to Learn Mexican Spanish with Diego episode number 3. Bienvenidos a Learn Mexican Spanish con Diego episodio número 3. I just first want to apologize since I left the podcast for a couple of weeks. I must say that I was not in the country and it was very hard for me to keep up with all these activities. But anyways, I have made plans to continue doing this podcast a little bit more frequently, and then I'm very happy to be back with you guys. Primero, como les comentaba, quiero disculparme porque sí estuve alejado un poquito del podcast por un par de semanas, de hecho fue casi un mes, pero no estuve en el país y bueno, me fue un poquito difícil seguir con todas las actividades, pero ya planeo poder continuar con todos ustedes. Ya de hecho hice planes para tener episodios lo más seguido posible, ¿ok? Y bueno, como siempre estoy muy contento de estar aquí con todos ustedes para practicar español el día de hoy. So, why don't we start? ¿Por qué no empezamos? And I know it's been a long time, but why don't we review what we saw in the last chapter number 2. So I will tell you a pronoun and you will tell me the equivalent in Spanish, okay? Entonces, aunque haya pasado algo de tiempo, ¿por qué no empezamos haciendo un repaso de lo que vimos en el capítulo número 2? Ahora yo te diré entonces un pronombre y tú me dirás el equivalente de en español. ¿Ok? ¿Por qué no empezamos? The first one would be I. That's right. It's yo. Try it one more time. Yo. Very good. Let's try the next one. You, singular. That's right. The answer is tú. Very good. Let's move on. He. That's right. Él. Next one. She. That's right. It's ella. What about it? Eso or esa. That's right. Thank you. What about we? Nosotros or nosotras. That's right. And you, plural? That's right. Ustedes. Very good. And the last one. They. Very good. Ellos or ellas. That's right. If you remember, we saw in the last chapter that many of the subjects or pronouns in English, they have gender. So they need to be either singular or plural and masculine and feminine. So if this is not clear, well, I invite you to go back and check this episode one more time. So excellent. Now we're going to continue with our lesson today. Today we will be learning how to conjugate the verb tener in the present and how to express possession and also obligation. So, as in English, as in any other language, this verb functions as an auxiliary and also as a verb. And it is very, very important for you to memorize it, or at least to try it a little bit harder than other verbs because it has many uses. Okay? Entonces, ahora con nuestra lección, nosotros estaremos aprendiendo cómo conjugar el verbo to have, or what we call el verbo tener. We're going to conjugate it en el tiempo presente. Y posteriormente entonces hablaremos de posesión y de obligación. Y este verbo, como en cualquier otro idioma, es muy importante. Es por eso que debes de intentar memorizarlo lo antes posible y tratar de utilizarlo lo más que puedas. So now, why don't we start with the verb? And for this, we will also need the pronouns that we just reviewed. Entonces, ¿por qué no empezamos a conjugar el verbo? Y para esto necesitaremos los pronombres que acabamos de repasar. Why don't we try to say them together, okay? So please try it with me. ¿Por qué no intentamos decirlos juntos, okay? Empieza conmigo. Yo. Tú. Él. Ella. Eso. Esa. Nosotros. Nosotras. Ustedes. Ellos. Ellas. Very good. If you notice, we just reviewed the pronouns. Now, the verb to have, or el verbo tener in Spanish, is conjugated as follows. So, to have is tener, which is the infinitive form, and then the conjugation goes like this. So, I will mention the subject pronoun and then I will tell you the verb, okay? So, for this time, only listen to the whole conjugation, okay? Yo tengo. Tú tienes. Él tiene. Ella tiene. Eso tiene. Esa tiene. Nosotros tenemos. Nosotras tenemos. Ustedes tienen. Ellos tienen. Ellas tienen. Excellent. Very good. Now that we listen to this, why don't we try it, pronouncing them? Okay, so I will tell you then the whole thing, and then please, I suggest that you repeat it after me, okay? Let's give it a try. Yo tengo. Yo tengo. Next one. Tú tienes. Tú tienes. Next one. Él tiene. Él tiene. Ella tiene. Ella tiene. Eso tiene. Eso tiene. Esa tiene. Esa tiene. Nosotros tenemos. Nosotros tenemos. Nosotras tenemos. Nosotras tenemos. Ustedes tienen. Ustedes tienen. Ellos tienen. Ellas tienen. Excellent. Very good. Now, why don't we try it one more time? But now let's, I will tell you the equivalent in English just in case it's not clear enough. Okay? So I will tell you first the translation in English, and then I will tell you the equivalent in Spanish. Okay? Let's start. I have. Yo tengo. You have. Tú tienes. He has. Ella tiene. I'm sorry. Él tiene. She has. Ella tiene. It has. Eso or esa tiene. Very good. We have. Nosotros tenemos or nosotras tenemos. Remember, masculine and feminine. We have. That was we have, I'm sorry. Let's continue. You have. Ustedes tienen. And the last one. They have. Ellos tienen. Ellas tienen. Very good. Very good. And as I said at the beginning of this chapter, this verb is often used in different ways, and it has like different forms to express like either possession or to express or age or to express another sort of concepts. Now I will tell you, for example, the first one, and I will give you some examples on how this is used to express possession. For example, listen to them and try to figure it out. And then you tell me if it was a little bit difficult or not. And then I will just like tell you the translation, okay? For example, we have Yo tengo un perro. Yo tengo un perro. Well, we already know the first part. Yo tengo. I have. And then you know what is un perro? That's right. A dog. What we were saying? I have a dog. Yo tengo un perro. Very good. Next one. Ella tiene novio. Ella tiene novio. Very good. She has a boyfriend. Now, notice in this example that we didn't say ella tiene un novio, because in Spanish it could be understood that she has one or more if we say un novio. Okay. Actually, it's understood that she has 2 or more. I'm sorry, that's what I meant. And the next one we have, nosotros tenemos gatos. Nosotros tenemos gatos. So, nosotros tenemos, we have, and gatos. Do you know what this means? That's right. It's the little animal that is, or that makes this meow sound. I don't know if it's in English is different, but it's more like a cat. That's right. So nice, very good. So we also conjugate this verb to express obligation. So it is often when we talk about this, it is often conjugated with the particle que, which could be the equivalent in English to the word that. Okay. In this case, when you're trying to express obligation, the particle que is always necessary. Okay. Entonces, como estábamos viendo, la conjugación de este verbo también requiere que cuando estemos hablando de posesión, utilicemos la partícula que. Esto normalmente indica entonces la obligación, ¿ok? Y es necesario. Listen to the following examples. Escucha los siguientes ejemplos. Ella tiene que trabajar. Ella tiene que trabajar. Very good. If you notice, we already know a few elements. Ella tiene, she has, and then you heard que trabajar. Do you know what trabajar is? Exactly, to work. So what we just said is, ella tiene que trabajar. Excellent. Now, listen to the next one. Nosotros tenemos que estudiar mucho. Nosotros tenemos que estudiar mucho. Do you know what we're saying? That's right. We have to study a lot. Very good. And then the last one. He has to clean the house. That's one example. And now, since we know already this, why don't you try to make the phrase on your own? He has to clean the house. He, we know it's él. So has to would be tiene que. So we would say él tiene que limpiar la casa. Él tiene que limpiar la casa. Very good. If you notice here, the same conjugation as we just mentioned with possession is used here. We're just using the particle que. So why don't we just try again these all of these pronouns with the conjugation of the verb have, but now let's also use the conjugation of que so you can see the whole thing. Okay, now let's try it one more time. Okay, we're going to conjugate all the pronouns using the particle que to express obligation. So we have, try it with me. Okay, yo tengo que. Very good. Tú tienes que. Él tiene que. Ella tiene que. Eso tiene que. Esa tiene que. Nosotros tenemos que. Nosotras tenemos que. Ustedes tienen que. Ellos tienen que. And the last one, ellas tienen que. Very good. So, excellent. So, as you notice here, it's not that difficult. You just need to remember then that when we're using the particle que with the verb have, we're basically expressing obligation. And we're not using it, we're expressing possession. Okay? It is very important because let's say, for example, you say, tengo trabajar, it makes no sense. But you say, tengo que trabajar, it makes a complete sense that that you're expressing obligation. It's as if you're saying, tengo ver al doctor. Tengo que ver al doctor. So que is joining two verbs, okay? And then the idea with the verb have would mean obligation as we use it in English. Very good. So now, before we move on to the negative form, why don't we try making a few other sentences? So I will just tell you a couple of words and then you will try to conjugate them with the corresponding part of the verb to have, okay? Y entonces, antes de pasar a la forma negativa, ¿por qué no entonces intentamos hacer algunas frases? Te diré entonces yo algunas palabras y tú vas a intentar conjugarlas utilizando la parte correspondiente del verbo. Por ejemplo, si yo digo, for example, if I say, I, a dog, you can say, jaja, yo tengo un perro. Very good. Yo tengo un perro. That would be the word. Okay? So why don't we try the next one? Ella, un gato. Ella tiene un gato. She has a cat. Very good. Next one. Nosotros, un carro nuevo. Nosotros, un carro nuevo. That's right. We have a cat. Nosotros tenemos un carro nuevo. Excellent. And the last example. Ellas, muchas amigas. Very good. Ellas tienen muchas amigas. And in English we're saying they have many friends. Nice job. This might have been a little bit hard, but as I already told you, it's very important to try to learn how we can conjugate this and also to know the difference between obligation and possession. Now, why don't we try to express a little bit more of obligations? Now, I will tell you some verbs and then you can try to make some sentences. Okay? So first, why don't we read and then mention some of the verbs that I have here. And then probably you know some of them. For example, the verb is, well, yeah, let me ask you that in English. Probably you know it. The verb is take a shower. Do you know that one? Take a shower. That's right, it's bañarse. 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 Very good. Next one. Clean the house. We already saw it in one of the examples. It's limpiar la casa. Limpiar la casa. Very good. The next one would be drive to work. Drive to work. Very good. The verb is manejar al trabajo. Manejar al trabajo. Next one. Go to school. Do you know this one? Ir a la escuela. Ir a la escuela. Very good. And the last one. Sleep a lot. Sleep a lot. This is my favorite verb. Dormir mucho. Dormir mucho. Excellent. Very good. So now why don't you try to make a few sentences? I will tell you the pronoun and then also the verb with the complement that we just learned, and then you will try to make the sentence. For example, if I say yo bañarse, you will say yo tengo que bañarme. I have to take a shower. That's right, and everyone know. Okay, so this one is a reflexive verb. In this case, if you notice, I said bañarme, and it changes according to the subject. But this, we will talk about this in another episode, okay? So, ready for the next ones? Okay. Now, ella, limpiar la casa. Right. Ella tiene que limpiar la casa. At this point, I won't translate this sentence because we have already worked with limpiar and also with has to. Okay, so we already know this. So let's try the next ones. Nosotros manejar al trabajo. Nosotros manejar al trabajo. That's right. Very good. Nosotros tenemos que manejar al trabajo. Excellent. Next one. Los niños ir a la escuela. Very good. Los niños tienen que ir a la escuela. Excellent. And the last one. Oh, I'm so sorry you hear this noise, but it seems like my neighbor is working on something and now you will hear all the banging. He's probably using a hammer. I'm so sorry. But next one. It's yo dormir mucho. Tengo que dormir mucho. Very good. Now, if you notice here, something that is very important is that if we want to sound more natural in Spanish, we want to omit the subject, and your idea is totally understood. In this case, in subject pronouns such as I or you will need to omit the pronoun because then that will give more naturalness to whatever you're saying. For example, you say, tengo dinero, I have money. Tienen que trabajar, you have to work. Tiene que hacer check-in en el hotel. He has to check in the hotel. In the last one, well, depending on the context, you might need to see that we need to talk about he or she, but in general, then the rest can be fully understood. Excellent, very good. Now, why don't we just learn the negative form, which is the last part of our episode today. I will tell you the pronouns, and then you will tell me the verb, the form that corresponds, okay? For example, I say yo, you say tengo. Very good. Let's try it. Yo tengo. Next one. Tú. Tú tienes. Next one. Él. Él tiene. Ella. Ella tiene. Eso. Eso tiene. Esa. Esa tiene. Nosotros. Nosotros tenemos. Nosotras. Nosotras tenemos. Ustedes. Ustedes tienen. Ellos. Ellos tienen. Ellas. Ellas tienen. Excellent. Now, to make it negative, we just need to add the word no, and that's it. Remember that we don't say like in English, we just say no. No. Okay? And then we usually place it in the middle of the subject and the verb. So, for example, you say, yo no tengo. So, I will tell you all of the conjugations then, using all the pronouns. Listen to them carefully. Yo no tengo. Tú no tienes. Él no tiene. Ella no tiene. Eso no tiene. Esa no tiene. Nosotros no tenemos. Nosotras no tenemos. Ustedes no tienen. Ellos no tienen. Ellas no tienen. Excellent. And then if we are trying to express obligation, it's just the same. The verb tengo or tienes or tiene, you will still need to use the particle que, and then the negative form would be yo no tengo que. Okay? It's the same. Now let's try to see a couple of examples. If I say no tengo tiempo. No tengo tiempo. I don't have time. No tienes hermanos. You don't have any siblings. No tiene novia. So sad. He doesn't have a girlfriend. No tengo cambio. I don't have any cash. Excellent. Now, in order to conclude the lesson, I would like you to change the following sentences into the negative form and then vice versa. Ready? For example, if I tell you, tengo dos perros, you will say, no tengo dos perros. Very good. Next one. Tengo mucha flojera. Tengo mucha flojera. That's right. No tengo mucha flojera. Very good. Now, this word flojera means, or the whole phrase means, I don't feel lazy. Well, I'm sorry, I feel lazy today. Flojera means that you feel lazy. And this is a very Mexican phrase. Next one. Tengo mucha hambre. That's right. No tengo mucha hambre. Very good. And the last example. Tengo mucha sed. Tengo mucha sed. I am very thirsty. Very good. Do you notice what we are saying? I am using these examples just to let you know that in Spanish we also need the verb have instead of the verb to be to express things that we would normally use in English, such as I am hungry. We say literally in Spanish, I have hungry. Yo tengo hambre. Or instead of saying I am thirsty, yo estoy hambriento, we say yo tengo hambre. And in English we literally, let's say, possess those things. Very good. Now, change the following sentences into the affirmative form or the positive. Okay? So it's the same drill. I will tell you the word in negative or the phrase in negative, and then you will say it in affirmative. So, let's start. No tengo dinero. No tengo dinero. Very good. The answer is tengo dinero. Very good. Next one. No tengo carro. No tengo carro. The answer is tengo carro. Very good. No tengo amigos. No tengo amigos. Tengo amigos. Very good. And the last one. No tengo un perro. No tengo un perro. Tengo un perro. Very nice, very nice, very good. Let me just teach you then that in Mexico we just have a typical phrase, and it's especially used with young people. When you want to say, I am very tired, we just learned that you can say, I feel tired or me siento cansado. Okay, but you can also say, tengo mucha flojera, which is the expression to say, I am very tired. Tengo mucha flojera. But we also say, tengo mucha hueva. Tengo mucha hueva. Hueva literally means I feel really lazy, like laziness probably. So when you're saying tengo mucha flojera de trabajar, this is like I feel really lazy to work. Or you can say also, tengo mucha hueva de estudiar. I feel really tired to study. Or I don't want to study. Okay? And this phrase can be used in many contexts, and it's very common, and it's also formal and common with, not formal, it's informal, and it's very common with young people. So, excellent. Very good. So, I hope you learned a lot of things today. I am so sorry because I feel a little bit tired, and there have been a lot of things going on, but I didn't really want to continue, procrastinating and then leaving this podcast behind. So I'm so sorry if I kind of made like a few mistakes. I just tried to have the layout of my of the program for today, and also to have everything ready. But in the next episode, we will learn how to express our age, and also we will learn how to use certain numbers and different things like, for example, I am 28 years old. In Spanish we say, well, I hope you said, yo tengo 25 años, or 28 años, I'm sorry. So the next class will be very exciting, and I'm really looking forward to practicing with you, okay? So as I said before, this podcast is for you. So if you have any comments and some suggestions or some recommendations or something that you would like me to discuss with you, I will feel really happy to listen to you or to check your messages. And then remember, if you're listening to me in any other platform, please try to subscribe. I really appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to practicing with you. Until the next time, and take care. Entonces estoy muy contento de estar practicando y de practicar con ustedes, así que hasta la próxima y cuídense mucho.